cracking a cold one open with the boys. Hey, what is up, everybody? Oxidize bringing you another video. It's okay. It's the 500, your first 500k video. Last time I took you from square one to square 100k plus. We were sitting at a beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, 127k after buying new and improved gear. Last time we were in flat tier 4, now we're in tier 4.1, and I'm gonna show you what I would be doing next in my endeavors and kind of get an idea of how long it's gonna take you to get that next level there. All right, so let's get started. First thing I want you to do is make sure you're doing your dailies. Come on in here, and you have tier 3, which you need 250 IP for. Tier 4 is 350. And then you need 650 IP and expert reaver unlock, so you can do tier 4, and you can get another one of these royal sigils. With these royal sigils go for 25k plus a piece. Most of the time, everything albion fluctuates, so about 25k, 30k, I believe, in the last video. So do it, and you get these once a day. Do them. They're really easy. You don't risk any gear, none of that. Super easy to do. I'm not going to show that right now, but yeah, you can do that. Next, you can also do a arena daily. You can solo queue up. You need to have a minimum of 700 IP. You can go as a healer or fighter. You get 3 wins a day, and you get bonuses. If you're a healer, which I'm a great nature staff, I'd be able to get an extra tome of insight as well. A non-sellable tome of insight, but you also get these arena sigils, which these arena sigils go for a little bit of money as well, and some keys. So make sure you try to do these. Arena battles, not so much, because, you know, sometimes they're hard to win, and you only really get the big reward for winning 3 times. All right, the other 2 things I want to talk about is doing faction farming in a tier 6 zone. If you use great nature staff or one-handed dagger, you'll be able to do this because they're very good solo sustaining builds. If you're using anything else, you might struggle. Like great axe is a really good solo speed clearing build, but sometimes the sustain can be bad the higher you go up. Sometimes. Okay. With that being said, there's also the last one I want to talk about is arcane essences. Man, a lot of telemarketer calls these days. Arcane essences. If you go into the red zone, let's see if we can find one over here. And you find these little places right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Let's see if we can find one. Found it. Okay. So these little like triangles on the big map, they look like this little shrine here. The arcane essences are a really good way to make a lot of money too. But this is going to be a spicy video. I also wanted to say you could also just do gathering. Gathering will eventually get you there. It just takes longer. It's a little bit boring for me, so I wanted to show you some little bit quicker options, a little bit more fun options. So let's get into how to clear a tier 6 red zone dungeon, faction farming in a safe way. Very important tip: make sure you are loaded up on your make sure you're factioned up. Okay, there we go. Now let's get started. All right, so we just got into a tier 6 dungeon. Let me show you here. We're right over here. It's ironically we're next to the arcane essences. I didn't plan that, just kind of happened. But when you're in here, you need to be wary of a couple of things. First and foremost, make sure there's mobs here. Obviously, that way you know it's not cleared yet. Also, take a look at this number down here. If this is 0, this means you have no bad guys with you, which is really nice, and you're gonna be safe. Now, what I recommend you do is completely skip the first floor. All right, if there is only one floor, you do the entire dungeon in reverse. Okay, and what I mean by that is here we're gonna try to live. And what I mean by doing it in reverse is man, they're getting after me, aren't they? Hold on. All right, I think they're leaving me alone here. This is why it's good to be this is why it's great to be me, by the way. The reason you want to do it in reverse because it allows you to one, not get caught with your pants on the ground if someone does come in here. It will allow you to see what's happening, try to maneuver away. You have a lot of room to run backwards, try to dodge them and stuff like that. As well as if they notice if they're going through the entire first floor and notice that there's still all these mobs here, then they're not going to try to dive you because not everyone's going to try to get to the second floor like I am here. Now that I'm at the second floor, I can go ahead and start my journey and killing the entire floor or the entire dungeon here. Now, when you get to the second floor, make sure you kill every single mob. That way you can open the final boss chest, and then it will be up to you if you would like to go and go to the first floor and finish off some more. But again, it's a little bit risky. It's only if you're feeling real confident, or if you don't have any items from the boss chest that you want to make sure you keep. Also want to show you here is I bring an invisibility potion with me. Invisibility potions do exactly what they say they do. They make you invisible for 6 seconds, but if you attack, use ability to take damage while invisible, you will become visible again. So this means, so you see someone attacking you, maybe you're fighting a boss, maybe you're in a group of mobs, you pop this, then you're able to either try to escape or analyze the situation and move accordingly. Okay, now I like to use scholar sandals, but the other options you can use are soldier boots, are very good with wanderlust. Also demon boots, they're really expensive, but vengeful sprint on those are insanely good. Okay, so the other thing I was talking about in the beginning is arcane essence. Now this is the one that I'm going to be doing to get the 500k. The reason why is because if you get lucky, you can get a lot of money really quickly. Notice a couple of things. One, I am not factioned up here because you want less enemies out here, because these things won't give a ton of faction credits as it is. So you're in it for the drops. So these things drop some really important items for us. So we go ahead and get to killing one while we're waiting here. Not only this, I mean, now like I'm using a great nature staff. The better way of doing this is like something that kills single target enemies very quickly. Great axe, I mean, great axe is fine. One-handed dagger is really good, and swords. This is going to take a little bit extra time because I am using this, but we're going to get these things called arcane essences. These go from tier 4 to tier 8. I did a video on this. See, now they have someone over here. We want to go ahead and mount up and run away. All right, we do that because look, he's hunting, and you want to be vigilant. So what I recommend you do is always stay within your horse or within your mount, so you can easily get up and get going. Okay, just like that. So and these tier 4 ones, they don't go for a ton, but the tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, tier 8 ones do, and you do get quite a few tier 5 and tier 6s, with tier 7 and tier 8 being pretty rare. Now, how should you do this? Well, if you get like a tier 7 or a tier 8 drop, I recommend you go right back to Limhurst, essentially, or go right back to the closest bank and drop it off, because it's not worth risking it, honestly. You know what I mean? And it's just not a good time. Now what you can be wary of is a couple of things. Is one, notice how there's only one bad guy here. So maybe I can play this a little bit more relaxed. Maybe I don't, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, maybe I'm feeling a little bit dangerous. So I can leave my horse alone since there's only one bad guy sitting around here. You know what I mean? So I think I'll probably end up doing that. You also have to be careful about other people stealing your stealing it from you as well. That's the other issue you get when you're doing this. Other people know that this is a pretty good way of making money. Like I said, I had made a video in the past about this. But I want to see if I can show you some extra drops here. Now, I kind of want to show, I kind of want to like show the effectiveness of this. So I'm going to cut until we get a few really good drops, like, you know, maybe some tier 7, tier 8s, see how long that took, and then go evaluate how much they are. And then maybe we can kind of estimate how long it's going to take you roughly. All right, so be back in a second. All right, now it's time to reap the reap the rewards, brother. We did this for about 20 minutes, and we got 13 tier 4 arcane essence. I got 5 expert arcane tier 5 arcane essence, 1 tier 6 arcane essence, and 1 tier 7 arcane essence in 20 minutes. Now, this in 20 minutes, that's very variable depending on the how much gear, or like the tier of your gear, and how much damage it does. Like, say, great axes and swords are going to be quicker. Oh, and daggers are going to be quicker than great nature staff. But the great nature staff is good for solo PvP and stuff like that kind of content, which is why I'm using it in this. But neither here nor there. There could be too many people there, and you can't really get anything done, so you might have to go do something else. But let's see how much money we made. So 13 of these are going to sell for. Let's round them to say 6k. 5 of these are going to sell for, round up to say 7k, so 13k. 1 of these sell for 16, so like, or what are we at, like 29,000 so far. And then 1 tier 7 is going to sell for, okay, about 84k. So I made 100,000 silver in 20 minutes. Okay, so you know, the longer you're able to stay out there, the better. And this is something you can do. Again, high risk, high reward. As long as you stay close to your amount, I think you'll be okay. So to give a little bit of a recap, what do we do? I told you that now you can go into tier 6 red zones and faction farm there. Now you can also do the arcane essence stuff, which is really easy to do. It's a little bit more dangerous, but it's pretty easy to do. And then finally, the last thing you can do is actually do some black zone dungeons as well. And the same philosophy. Am I saying that wrong? Philosophy? The same philosophy applies with the red zone dungeons when you're in this kind of low tier gear. So just to give you an example of what you should be doing here is that when you get into the black zone, let's say you just take the portal here. Let me take you to it. Okay. If you don't know how to get to the black zone, you press N. You come right on over here to the portal. I mean, if you press N at the local map and go ahead to the portal. I realize some of you may have never done this before, so I don't want to assume anything. Come on in over here. All right. And then come on down to here, all the way to the big portal, and say east, northwest. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Just press enter. Okay. Now you might get a pop up to say yes or whatever it is. I think mine are turned off. And then press N, press M. All right. Okay. So when you're in the black zone, there's no safety net. It doesn't tell you how many bad guys are here. Same goes for when you go into a solo dungeon. If you press M now, where are we at? Reset camera. We're right here. You see tier 5, tier 5, tier 6, tier 5, tier 5. I would say with tier 4.1 gear, which is what I have here at 756 IP, tier 5 and tier 6 you'll be completely fine at. So you get to choose which one you do. They're normal. They are normal solo dungeons. They're the same difficulty as tier 5 and tier 6 in the royal cities. However, you'll get more fame, you'll get more silver because of the risk of getting ganked. But much like in the red zone one, skip the first floor or clear them backwards. That way you have enough room to see what you're doing. Also, take you an invisibility potion. They're about 11k a piece, but it might save your life. It might save you some loot. And that's gonna be it, guys. So these are the methods I would use to get to 500k. Honestly, I would do the arcane essence one. I would just grind that for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. You get to 500k easily. Even your first mill by doing that is not a bad idea. Okay, but like I said, sometimes the arcane essence farm is a little bit maybe it's a little too risky. Maybe there's a lot of people already farming there. Then I would either factioning up and doing red zones are more money because the faction points give you more money, or go to the black zones and just try to get better loot in the black zones. Okay. And then if you want to be boring about it, gathering is a very good way to make money. It's just a little bit slower, to me, a little bit more boring, but can make you a lot of money. All right. And with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. I would love to answer them in the comments. And I'm going to link my guide to the arcane essence farming in the description below. And with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next time for the 1 million, where I talk about all the same stuff plus ratting hellgates, because now we have a little bit of capital. We can rat hellgates. And with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. See y'all later.